Good morning, students. We are going to discuss first chapter, book back questions, objective type questions and descriptive type questions. We are going to discuss book back questions. So book back objective type questions and book back descriptive type questions. So first question, Parkside has the composition. So there are four options. You have to select the correct answer. So here the answer is B option, aluminum oxide NH2O. The second question, the roasting of sulfide ore gives the gas A. A is colorless gas. Aqueous solution of A is acidic. The gas A is. So sulfide ore reacts with oxygen, gives metal oxide and sulfur dioxide gas. So the option C, the correct answer. Third question. So which one of the following reaction represents calcination? So calcination, it is applied to carbonate ore and hydrated oxide ore. Hydrated oxide ore. So in this option, hydrated ore is not given. So the correct answer is carbonate ore, C option. So magnesium carbonate, okay, subject to calcination process. The metal oxide which cannot be reduced to metal by carbon. Okay, so here in the objective type question, there are positive type question and a negative type question. But this one is negative type question, cannot be reduced. So you cannot select, okay, can be reduced option. You should select cannot be reduced option. Okay, so which one is the correct answer? B option. Because lead oxide can be reduced by carbon, zinc oxide can be reduced by carbon, and iron oxide can be reduced by carbon. So which one cannot be reduced by carbon? Aluminum oxide. The next one is the fourth question, the metal oxide which cannot be reduced by metal oxide by carbon. The next one is the which of the metal is extracted by Hall-Hérold process. So this one is positive type question. So you can select A option, aluminum. Then which of the following statement about the advantage of roasting of sulfide ore before reduction is not true? So here negative type question is not true. Okay, so you have to conscious about whether the question is okay positive type question or negative type question. Okay, so here the question is not true. So the correct answer is carbon and hydrogen are suitable reducing agent for metal sulfide. So this one is false statement. So sixth question, the correct answer is D option. So first one B option, second one C option, third one C option, fourth one B option, fifth one A option, sixth one D option. So next page, match the following. Okay, so here cyanide process, Froth flotation process, electrolytic reduction, zone refining. So here the metal is given. Okay, so cyanide process, it is applicable to extraction of gold. Okay, so A connected with the fourth one. So A connected with the fourth one means okay C option. So only C connected with the fourth one. So directly you can say that okay for C option. Okay, if the first option is matched more than one, then you have to go for the second match. So that also matched, then you have to go for third one. Up to fourth one you have to check out. So Froth flotation process, sulfide ore. So B2. Then electrolytic reduction, third one. So extraction of aluminium. Then D, zone refining, ultra pure germanium. So the correct answer is C. A, fourth one, B, second one, C, third one, D, first one. So here printing mistake, after 7, 8 should be here, instead of 8, 9 is given. Okay. So wolframite ore is separated from tin stone by the process of electromagnetic separation, D option. Then which of the following is not feasible? So here the metal displacement reaction, the condition is more electropositive metal can displace less electropositive ion from the salt. So that is the condition. For the feasibility, what is the condition? More electropositive metal can displace less electropositive ion from the salt. But here, which one is the question? Which one of the following is not feasible? So you have to select the negative one. So second option B, copper, okay, cannot displace zinc ion because copper is less electropositive than zinc ion. So this reaction is not feasible. So feasible means other than B, all are feasible. A feasible, C feasible, D feasible. But the question is not feasible, so you have to select B option. So electrochemical process is used to extract. Electrochemical process is used to extract sodium. C option. Then flux is a substance which is used to convert, okay, infusible impurities to soluble impurities. So B option. And then 13th one, which one of the following ore is best concentrated by flotation method? So galena. So galena only sulfide ore. The sulfide ore only can be concentrated by flotation method. So question number 13, C option. So 7, C option. After 7, only 9. So 9, B option. 10, B option. 11, C option. 12, B option. 13, C option. Next page. 14, question number 14. In the extraction of aluminum from alumina by electrolysis, cryolite is used too. So what is the function of cryolite? The lowering of melting point of alumina. So the correct answer is A. Then zinc is obtained from zinc oxide by carbon reduction, A. Cupellation is a process used for the refining of silver, A. So question number 14, A option. Question number 15, A option. Question number 16 also A option. Then question number 17. The extraction of gold and silver involves leaching with the cyanide ion. Silver is later recovered by. So silver later recovered by displacement with zinc. So question number 17, the correct option is C. Question number 18. Considering Ellingham diagram, which of the following metal can be used to reduce alumina? So which one is used to reduce alumina? So you have to see the Ellingham diagram. In that Ellingham diagram, the metal used as a reducing agent must be located below the oxide. Must be located below the oxide. That metal only can be used as a reducing agent. So here, okay, alumina. Below alumina, which metal is placed in the Ellingham diagram? Only magnesium is placed. So magnesium is a good reducing agent for alumina. So other metal cannot be used as a reducing agent because other metal placed above alumina in the Ellingham diagram. So the correct answer is C. The following set of reactions are used in refining zirconia. This method is known as Van Orgel process. B option. Which of the following is used for concentrating ore in metallurgy? So out of 3, which one is concentrated method? Leaching, froth flotation. So the correct answer is D option, both A and C. Incorrect statement among the following. So which one is the incorrect statement? In the metallurgy of gold, the metal is leached with dilute sodium chloride solution. So sodium chloride is wrong. So which one is correct? Sodium cyanide is correct. So this statement is incorrect. So question number 14, A option. Question number 15, A option. Question number 16, A option. Question number 17, C option. Question number 18, C option. Question number 19, B option. Question number 20, D option. Question number 21 also D option. The next page, question number 22. In the electrolytic refining of copper, which one of the following is used as anode? The correct answer is B, impure copper. Which of the question number 23, which of the following plot gives Ellingham diagram? So Ellingham diagram, the plot, okay, the graph is plotted delta G versus T. Delta G you can say, or delta G naught you can say, delta G naught versus T. B option. Then question number 24. In the Ellingham diagram, the formation of carbon monoxide. So carbon monoxide formation only negative straight line. Other oxides form positive straight line. Only carbon monoxide form negative straight line. That means that delta S must be negative. How the delta S can be negative? The delta G by delta T is negative. So delta S negative. The line must be negative straight line. So C option. Then question number 25. Which of the following reduction is not thermodynamic feasible? So thermodynamic feasible means the metal should be placed below the metal oxide in the Ellingham diagram. But here you can see that the chromium is placed above the metal oxide. So the reaction is not feasible. So B option. But in other, the aluminum is placed below chromic oxide. Aluminum is placed before titanium oxide, below titanium oxide. But a chromium is placed above aluminum oxide. So the reaction is not feasible thermodynamically. Then which of the following is not true with respect to Ellingham diagram? So the correct option is, that is B option. The graph for the formation of CO2 is a straight line almost parallel to free energy axis. So it is not parallel to free energy axis. It is parallel to temperature axis, x-axis. So free energy is y-axis. But the straight line must be parallel to temperature axis. So this statement is incorrect. So question number 22, B option, 23, B option, 24, C option, 25, B option, 26 also B option. So there are 25 questions only. The 8th question is missing. The next one, descriptive type question. It may be 2 mark or 3 mark. Okay. So what is the difference between minerals and ores? So minerals, the metals present in the earth along with the earthy substance in the form of free state or in the form of combined state. So such a substance are called as minerals. Ores means the metal should be high percentage in the minerals, which can be separated profitably. Such minerals are called as ores. Then here the example is not correct one. Bauxite for ore and China clay for minerals. By mistake, I have typed this one wrongly. So bauxite for ore and China clay for minerals. The next one is all minerals are not ore, all ores are minerals. So what is the difference between minerals and ores means you have tried this one. The second question is, what are the various steps involved in the extraction of pure metal from their ores? So concentration of ore, extraction of crude metal, refining of crude metal. Question number 3, what is the role of limestone in the extraction of iron from its oxide? What is the role of limestone? It is a basic flux. What is the role of limestone? It is used as basic flux, combined with the gangue and form slag. Which type of ores can be concentrated by froth flotation method? Give 2 examples for such ores. So which ore can be concentrated? The sulfide ore can be concentrated. Example, galena and zinc. Then question number 5. Out of coke and carbon monoxide, which is better reducing agent for the reduction of zinc oxide? So we can select from the Ellingham diagram. So carbon reacts with the zinc oxide, gives zinc and carbon monoxide. So instead of carbon, if you place here carbon monoxide, here the byproduct must be carbon dioxide. So here 3 type of oxides: zinc oxide, carbon monoxide, the one more product is carbon dioxide. So you have to compare carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide with the zinc oxide. You have to compare the stability. So here zinc oxide is less stable than carbon monoxide from the Ellingham diagram. Okay, zinc oxide is less stable than carbon monoxide. So if you use coke as a reducing agent, which gives stable carbon monoxide, which is stable, okay, more than zinc oxide. But if you use carbon monoxide, so which one must be the product? Carbon dioxide must be the product. That carbon dioxide more stable than, less stable than zinc oxide. So coke and carbon monoxide, which one is more suitable reducing agent? Coke is more suitable reagent because which can form the stable carbon monoxide according to Ellingham diagram. The next question, describe the method for refining nickel. So nickel can be refining by Mons process. So impure nickel reacts with carbon monoxide, can form the volatile compound nickel tetracarbonyl compound. This nickel tetracarbonyl compound decomposes into pure nickel. The question number 7, zone refining. So in the zone refining, you have to refine part by part, zone by zone, by moving circular furnace, by using circular furnace. So what is the principle here? The impurity is more soluble in molten state than solid state. That is the principle. So impurities moved along with the molten state. By repeating process, we are getting ultra pure metal. So the process is called as zone refining. The next question is, predict the condition under which. There are 3 questions. These 3 questions can be explained with the help of Ellingham diagram. Aluminium might be the expected to reduce magnesia. So in the Ellingham diagram, the formation of aluminum oxide, magnesium oxide intersect that line. Formation of aluminum oxide and magnesium line intersect at the 1600 Kelvin. So above this temperature, aluminum line lies below the magnesium line. That means, okay, aluminum, okay, to reduce magnesia above 1000 Kelvin. Okay. The second one, okay, magnesium could reduce alumina. In Ellingham diagram, below 1600 Kelvin, magnesium line lies below aluminum line. Hence, below 1600 Kelvin, magnesium can reduce alumina. So if you change the temperature, the reduction take place reversibly. So above 1600 Kelvin, aluminum can reduce magnesia. Below 1600 Kelvin, okay, magnesium can reduce alumina. So this can be predicted with the help of Ellingham diagram. The next one is carbon monoxide is more effective reducing agent than carbon below 983 Kelvin. But above this temperature, the reverse is true. Explain. So we can explain with the help of Ellingham diagram. Below the 983 Kelvin, which one is more stable? So like that you have to select. The 2 line for carbon to carbon dioxide, carbon to carbon monoxide cross at a 983 Kelvin. Below this temperature, the reaction to form carbon dioxide is energetically more favorable, and hence CO is more effective reducing agent than carbon below 983 Kelvin. But above 983 Kelvin, the formation of CO is preferred one, and hence carbon is more effective reducing agent than carbon monoxide above this temperature. Okay, so the effect of temperature on the reducing agent. The third one is, it is possible to reduce iron oxide by coke at temperature around 1200 Kelvin. So this can also predict with the help of Ellingham diagram. In the Ellingham diagram, above 1000 Kelvin, carbon line lies below the iron line. Hence, it is possible to reduce iron oxide by coke at the temperature around 1200 Kelvin. Okay. The next one, give the uses of zinc. So that also you have seen yesterday class. Next, explain the electrometallurgy of aluminium by Hall-Hérold process. So in this process, electrolyte is okay, acidified aluminium nitrate aluminum nitrate, sorry, aluminum, yes, okay, sorry. So here the electrolyte is, okay, alumina. The electrolyte is alumina and mixed with a cryolite and small amount of calcium chloride as a electrolyte. And then graphite rod act as a anode, and the iron tank coated with the carbon act as a cathode. So alumina ionized into aluminum ion and oxide ion. Aluminum ion, okay, approach the cathode, okay, where the reduction takes place and form aluminum. So at the bottom, aluminum is deposited. And at the anode, that means graphite rod. Okay, so at the cathode, that is at the anode, graphite rod, okay, oxide ion converted into oxygen, or oxide ion combined with the carbon, form carbon monoxide and then carbon dioxide. So here this bubble shows that the liberation of carbon dioxide at a anode, and aluminum deposited at the cathode. So this process is called the electrometallurgy of aluminum. 3 mark question. The next one is explain the following term with a suitable example. GaN. Generally, the ore are associated with non-metallic impurities, rocky materials, and siliceous matter, which are collectively known as GaN. What is meant by slag? Slag is a fusible chemical substance formed by the reaction of GaN with the flux. Okay. The next question is, give the basic requirement for vapor phase refining. So you have to select the suitable reagent which should combine with the metal and form volatile compound. That volatile compound must be decomposed into pure metal. That is the condition. Then describe the role of following in the process mentioned. What is the role of silica in the extraction of copper? Silica is an acidic flux. What is the role of cryolite in the extraction of aluminium? Cryolite is used to lower the melting point of alumina. What is the role of iodine in the refining of zirconium? To form volatile compound. What is the role of sodium cyanide in the flotation? Depressing agent. Next, the principle of electrolytic refining with the example. Okay, so you can explain electrolytic refining with the help of, okay, silver. Extract refining of silver. So electrolyte, silver nitrate, acidified electrolyte as a, okay, electrolyte. Anode, okay, impure silver rod. Cathode, pure silver rod. Okay, what reaction takes place at anode? The oxidation reaction. That means silver ion converted into, okay, silver converted into silver ion. At the cathode. Okay. So question number, okay, 15. The selection of reducing agent. 1 minute. So the selection of reducing agent depends on thermodynamic factor. Explain with the example. So this one is application 2. Okay. So aluminum oxide. Okay. Chromic oxide. So which one is suitable reducing agent? So with the help of Ellingham diagram, we can select the reducing agent. So according to Ellingham, what is the selection rule? The metal used as a reducing agent must be placed below the metal oxide. The metal must be placed below the, okay, metal oxide. Or you can say that the reducing agent which can reduce the oxide placed above the metal. Above the metal. Okay, that is the rule. So here aluminum oxide. If you use chromium, chromium is placed above aluminum oxide. So the reaction is not feasible. The reaction is not feasible. But if you take chromic oxide and aluminum, aluminum is placed below chromic oxide. So you can use aluminum as a used as a, okay, reducing agent. Okay, so we can select the reducing agent with the help of Ellingham diagram. Next, give the limitation of Ellingham diagram. What is the first limitation? Okay, we can predict the feasibility of the reaction only. We cannot predict the rate of reaction. The second one is the interpretation of delta G for only equilibrium reaction. But if the reaction is not equilibrium, then interpretation of delta G is difficult in the Ellingham diagram. The last question is Write a short note on electrochemical principle of metallurgy. What is the electrochemical principle? Delta G naught equal to minus NF E naught. If E naught is positive, then delta G naught is negative. The reaction is feasible. E naught is negative, delta G naught positive. The reaction is not feasible. So with the help of this relation, you can select the electrochemical process, whether the reaction is feasible or not. Okay. So you have to write this paragraph. Okay. So book back questions on the bottom. So book back questions on the bottom. Okay, 17 questions இருக்குது. பட் இதுல வந்து என்ன அப்படின்னா நிறைய கொஸ்டின்ஸ் வந்து புக் இன்சைடு தான் இருக்குது. நிறைய கொஸ்டின்ஸ் வந்து புக் இன்சைடு தான் இருக்குது. அதனால வந்து இந்த தடவை பார்த்தா அப்படின்னா ஆனுவல்ல வந்து 2 மார்க்ல வந்து ஒரு கொஸ்டின் தான் வந்து புக் பேக், 3 மார்க்ல ஒரு கொஸ்டின் தான் புக் பேக், மீதி எல்லாமே புக் இன்சைடு கொஸ்டின் தான். 2 மார்க்கும் 3 மார்க்கும். 5 மார்க் மட்டும்தான் 5 கொஸ்டினுமே புக் பேக்ல இருந்து கேட்டிருக்கிறாங்க. அதனால ப்ளூ பிரிண்ட் இல்லாதனால ப்ளூ பிரிண்ட் எப்படினாலும் கேட்கலாம். ஸோ புக் பேக்கும் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணணும், புக் இன்சைடும் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணணும். புக் பேக்கும் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணணும், புக் இன்சைடும் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணணும். ஓகே.